Open it up. Y'all said you were feeling good about it. So, check yourself before you wreck yourself. In case where the shading is not clear enough for you.
What time did we get out?
11:24, normal lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Reminder, if you have earned your way out of Spartan time, you get to just bail at 11:24. However, if you are a little sketchy in some of your classes, maybe that extra hour of work would not be a bad idea. Get stuff done. You have a little bit of homework, maybe a good idea to get it done. Y'all good there? Okay. Womp, womp. 104. Those ones show up a little better. Y'all tell where they're shaded? The rightmost portion of all three graphs. And then that bottom one is bottom right corner. Okay. Bottom ones. Yeah.
So, on like the top right one and the lower right, are those, is that entire side shaded?
Oh, so it's this.
Okay.
This. 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 Yeah, if you just need to double check where it's where the final answer is, that's cool. Okay, before I flip the page over to the word problem stuff, the vocabulary, are there any of those 8 that we need to go through? Something got a little iffy on you? For those of you who actually did it. Yeah?
So basically, I thought I did them all right, but I did it the opposite way.
Well,
Meaning I shaded on the wrong side.
okay, so we need practice with the shading. Are your lines correct? Then we need to practice the whole honkin' works. Okay. So if there's ones that didn't go well, then you say,
Just the shading's not right.
okay, so if we do some of them wrong, then that's the point of asking. Gavin.
Number 13 on the right side.
Okay.
I didn't shade it because I have no clue.
We'll get to that then. I want to see if we need to go through any of these first. 11, okay. Are lines good? Okay, so start at 3, down 1 over 2. Womp. 2 ways to do this. Option 1, plug a 0 in for both x and y. and it says 0 is less than or equal to 3. Is that true?
Yeah, it is true.
So that means 0 is an answer. I'm going to shade towards the 0. Okay? Then I do it again. I make my next line. I plug 0 in there. And I get 0 is greater than -2. Is that true?
No.
No. Or yes.
Being flat broke is better than owing someone $2. Yeah. I don't want to owe people money. That means I got to pay them back.
Man, I got OP.
So if 0 is a solution, then that means everything on that side is a solution. And you see how all of the arrows are pointing towards that bottom left area. So that is where I'm going to shade everything here. Now what you should have on your graph is not theirs. Remember the answer key does a light shade, darken the crap out of, which I said was really nasty. It should look like that. Okay? I think most of us were okay with that. Either a ridiculously light shading, maybe just a couple of lines, crosshatch method, and then darken the living crap out of this. Okay? We just got to be careful with our shading. The other way to do those, y'all, it tells you right there that y is less than or equal to the line. So shade down from the line. It says y is greater than the line. So wherever the line is, shade up from the line. And again, you see where they're all pointing. Okay? So you can either plug a point in and check if it works or not to determine if that side works or not, or it just says y is below or above the line. Okay? You got your choice. Okay. 13.
Really?
Because look at them all saying this line, -x minus 4, is this line right here.
Nice color.
And it says y is greater than or equal to the line. Watch what happens when I actually put all my arrows on there. Undo it again for this guy. -x plus 4 is this line. And it says y is less than or equal to. So I shade below. The next one says x plus 4, so start at 4, positive slope. That one says it is below the line. Make my little arrows showing below the line. One more time. Says y is greater than or equal to the red line, so I shade above it. Do you see why having those arrows instead of light shading would be handy? All the arrows are pointing in the middle. So that's the only place that you should be shading. Only shade the middle. Where's a different color? Orange.
Can I shade the middle with some?
Yeah. That's where all of the arrows are pointing and all of them are going to be happy. Okay? You want to meet up with some people, but you live in a bunch of different places. Like you usually get that with, as you get older, maybe you still talk to your old high school friends. I don't. college friends maybe, someone you used to live by, work with. You say, well, we're all scattered to the four winds now. Matt lives in Arizona. Hallie lives in Oregon. Aaron lives in, no, she moved to Minnesota. I'm in South Dakota. Like, we all just say, screw it, let's all just go here. You're all going to meet in the middle. Okay? That's what this is. And that's why I said I prefer the arrows, is because after the stuff we're doing, you start doing this a lot more, where there's 4, 5, 6 of these things. In Algebra 2, there's a thing called linear programming, where you make this line, and then this line, and then that line, and then this line, and then, but it has to be bigger than that one, and it's got to be bigger than that one, and it turns out that you should actually be shading in this area, because all of your potential answers are the vertices of it, and you plug those into an equation.
Fancy.
How are you going to do that if you light shade and 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 light shade?
Different colors.
Y'all know this. Think about your peer groups. If only 1 or 2 people are throwing shade, things are fairly clear whose side is on what. But if you got 8 people all throwing shade, well, that's just a little bit of a mess. Now everyone's just mad. Okay? Which is also why playing games like Resistance and Saboteur in Game Club is really fun, because you just argue with 10 people. Okay? They gave you 2 equations or inequalities. Graph both. Below the line, above the line. And the part that should actually be shaded is just this little triangle. Okay? Again, if you're using the light shade, crosshatch, or the arrow method, that should be the part that actually gets darkened in. Vocabulary, usually it's just reminding you, hey, go look at the beginning. These words have meaning. They're not just big words that person says to confuse you. Okay? It asks, could there be a system of linear inequalities where there is no solution, where they would not overlap? Not only is there, we did one. You remember on Monday we had one where they went opposite directions, parallel lines. Okay? So, we good? Then, oh boy,
Oh boy.
I need a different PDF up there because these are all shaded. Mm, come on, Frank. Hurry up, Frank. Cool drive. Old math stuff, slide picks templates. There we go.
Daily quiz. What?
Daily quiz is what happened. Go! And graph the thing, graph the thing. Give you all a couple minutes. Ladies, if you're okay, I'm gonna go reload. You done with the thing? Ah! You know what? These always come out of here because I have so many of them. Never ask me for the rest of the year. Happy birthday.
Good job.
It's close. It really is.
Is that light? Is it the shading on the wall?
Actually, hold on. 2, 5 there, 5 below, this 5, 3. Never mind.
Did I get it right?
I think you got it.
Oh, sweet.
Go for it, bud. Anyone else still going? Got it, got it. Got it, got it. We know where we need to be. We just are coloring. Okay. You can't change it after you see someone else's. That's not how this works. Okay.
This one. I'll give
No.
myself 3 points.
Okay. We start down at -3, a slope of 2, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Or down 2, left 1. Solid or dotted?
Solid.
Solid. 1. And this one says y is greater than the line. So I can just put a couple arrows like this, and I'm good to go. If you need to put 0, 0 in there, it would say 0 is greater than or equal to -3, which is a true statement, so I'll shade towards the 0. On the other one, I'm going to start at 2. Have a slope of -1/2, so down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, or up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Dotted line. Less ink here, less ink there. This says y is less than the line.
I still got it, so you don't have to worry.
Okay. Or I could put 0, 0 in there. 0 less than 2 is a true statement, so I would shade towards the 0. So if that point is a solution for both of them, if that's where all of my arrows are pointing, then that's where I'm shading.
I like that color. What did I say?
Here. Okay?
Can't even read.
So down a half from over them, and it looks the same.
Yeah, because it's still the same ratio. You just did twice as many dots. You're good. Y'all, listen to this. I like this. Remember when we did the Jesus fish thing with our ratios? If -1/2 is my slope, could I say down 1/2 over 1? Try it. Jesus fish. What's a -1/2 times 2? Close. -1. Half of 2 divided by -1. -1 divided by -1 is 1. So Chloe said, can I just go down 1/2 and over 1? Yes. It's still the same ratio. I can make any whole number into a fraction by putting it over 1. If you're willing to do a compound fraction, a half over 1 still works, and it will be correct. I like that. I haven't seen anyone do that in like 4 years. That a girl. Okay. Our points. You should have, what I'm looking for is you have the correct y-intercept and slope for that line. The correct y-intercept and slope for that line. You have the dotted line and solid line. They're the correct kind of line. Did you shade here? Did you shade the right part of it? And then I'm going to leave the one floating for, I'm so close. Look, my slope is right. My dotted line is right. I can't count. I put it at 3. Or I have the right y-intercept. I have the solid line, but I accidentally counted up to and over 2. Oops. Okay, I did all the stuff. I had it right there. I just can't count. Okay?
How do you see that negative?
And that would be something out of 5.
I'm blind.
No, sometimes we're just miss stuff. Okay, now you already erased that part.
Yeah. But I didn't count it.
Okay, so
Only got
minus
3
3, 2. Yep, because we swapped that and that. Yeah, that's 3 and 5. Okay. What's up? Yeah, I'll look.
I shaded wrong on this side. For this line. I shaded this way instead of.
We also got our slope off on this. You have a -2 slope instead of a -1/2. 3 out of 5. Anything else?
So how is your shade over there?
What about the arrows for this one? Hey, you would have done your arrows, I think.
Your lines look good.
Everything else is fine.
It's just your shading. Yeah, that's 4 to 5.
Try drawing your arrows next time. That would have helped you.
Yeah, I did, but like I just thought
Once I
that
got,
it
once
was
I got
greater
this
than,
and
or
solid line
if it's
stuff.
true, you go away.
Oh, swap the solid dotted.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I kept on getting the last one wrong. That's why
More ink here, more ink there.
That's what I was trying to do, so it would work out for me. I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're doing. Kind of. I told you you got quiz number 2 of the semester, quiz 8 total, on Friday. Some of you have not been holding up your end of the deal to be in the class, to do your work. What I would like you to do today, instead of starting a whole new section when we don't have much time, progress checks 1 and 2. Okay? It is a total of like 10 problems, and you've got a half hour. It is 10 problems of, hey, all this graphing stuff we've been doing, make sure you know it. Because Friday will be review and quiz, which also means you shouldn't, if you turn everything in, have any homework for the weekend. Okay? So right now, progress checks 1 and 2. You got 3 people to ask questions. If you're a little sketchy on it, you should be turning in on Friday this packet, everything through page 106 should be filled out. All right? And then you had one handout where we took a day to practice stuff too. So everything in this packet through page 106, along with that one handout, should be ready to turn in on Friday. That is what you're doing for the next half hour. Okay?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.